Hey everybody, thank you so much for jumping on and taking time out of your busy schedule tonight to join us to see how we are escaping the grind. We've got some amazing speakers on today, which I'm really excited to get to share with you into this opportunity that we have. Now, we're all about escaping the grind, and that's what this is all about tonight. So whatever that looks like for you. You might work 9 to 5, you might do shift work, you might be FIFO, fly in, fly out. It is what it is for you. So I just want you to ask yourself tonight, why are you here? What brought you onto this call and what got you excited to jump on? And I hope that you can take something away from tonight's call and implement it into your daily life. So just to get you all thinking, just think about life now. I'll use myself as an example. I work full time. I am a manager. I commute. I do overtime. I'm the motivator at work. I'm the referee. I'm the discipliner. Life is busy. So I'm sure everyone can relate to that. And, you know, we've got to try and we throw life in there amongst that. I don't have kids, but I know many of you are on the call I can see that do. So that would obviously add in that extra element of busyness and people that you need to please every day. So I know for myself, you know, employers are expecting more. The pressure's on. We've got performance goals that need to be reached. Targets are increasing. The workday seems to be getting longer and there's no more hours in the day. And I don't see probably pays that are going up to reflect all of our hard work. So all for what? You know, what is this for? We're working on somebody else's dream. And at what cost? You know, how much do we have to say no to before we sort of can wake up and try something a little bit different in our lives? So think about life now, fast forward 10 years, if nothing changes, and what does that look like for you? So I've heard an exciting statistic, well, it's a kind of a scary statistic really the other day. I surveyed 250 women. They find balancing family and career, 87% find it really, really, really stressful. 55% find trying to excel at doing both is super overwhelming. But it's not just about the women. We've got guys out there, dads, you know, everyone wants to be good at life. The good news is it doesn't have to be like this. So I want to use the word entrepreneur quickly. And to me, that gets me really excited. I don't know about you. It's a little bit scary as well, though. But to me, it's about creating a movement, saying yes to more, living a life that you're excited about. You've got more choices. What else does it mean? It's a solution to a need and something that doesn't make you feel like you are stuck in the daily grind. So I actually had to say no to somebody asking for annual leave the other day, and that was a 60-year-old man. And that absolutely just breaks my heart to think that, you know, you can't do what you want at 60 or 70. You're still working. So this subject is really close to my heart, and I do get a little bit excited, so I'll try and slow down and not talk so fast. But we've gotten ourselves into a massive health crisis in the world. You know, we're overfed, we're undernourished. We're so busy, and we're sort of opting for convenience, and that comes at a cost, and that is our health, which is really sad. So we need help, and that's okay, and that's why I love what we do, and I'm so excited to share what we and this community is sharing, because it does have a solution for two of the biggest problems in the world, and that is health and wealth. So enough of me talking. That brings me to my first amazing speaker tonight. And she is the lady responsible for introducing me to this product and really taking my health to another level when I was at a low and I had no energy, and, you know, the doctors weren't giving me sort of answers that I needed and nothing was working. So Candy, if you'd like to take yourself off mute, babe, and share a little bit about the product and about yourself.
Awesome. Thank you, beautiful Megs. What a beautiful introduction. And, you know, you've just hit it the nail on the head, Megs. You know, it is something that we're really struggling with this busy life, and we're just not nourishing ourselves. And to really live the life that we want, we need to have that optimal health. And as a personal trainer, I hear story day in, day out, minute after minute sometimes, that people are just struggling. And it really comes back to they're just not putting that fuel in their bodies that they really need. When we're busy, we're literally jamming what we can get down our throats as we run out the doors. And that's especially for, you know, people who are commuting, who have families. A lot of us are doing a lot longer hours. So what I'm really excited about to share is we found that solution in bridging the gap between what our bodies need to thrive and what we're actually getting in every day. And the product is called Juice Plus. It is my little miracle. As a personal trainer, it has not only changed my own health. I was struggling with anxiety, acne, hormone imbalances. I'm up at 4 a.m. and I'm lucky to get to bed by 10 or 11 really, and I was definitely needing those nanny naps, and I was really struggling. My health was deteriorating. So I understood I was eating really well, but even on my best days I was still falling short of what I needed to do. So in Australia they recommend that 2 to 5. That's way gone now. Our stresses in life, the lack of sleep, the overtime that we're doing, the crappy quality of food, you know, it's up to now that 7 to 9 servings of fruits and veggies every day. But then you whack on stress, even more stress, exercise, and we're looking above 13 to 17 serves of fruits and veggies. We can't even barely get one serve of fruit and veg into us in a day in our busy schedules, let alone what we really need. So Juice Plus is really the savior. It's really been a company that has understood this gap. And what they've done is picture you have a green juice every single day. And it's got 29 different fruits, veggies, and berries in it. And basically, imagine how you would feel having that in your system every day. You know, you would be rocking in because your body would just be fully nourished with all of it, everything that it needs, all those, you know, vitamins, minerals, enzymes. It would just be working spectacular, like when you put an optimal fuel in your body, right? In your car, sorry. So they've taken a beautiful range of fruits, veggies, and berries. They have dehydrated it at a very low temperature with no oxygen and encapsulated it into this beautiful, quick, convenient, affordable, no mess, no fuss. It's in your blood within less than 5 minutes. Those amazing nutrients are in your cells, in there working, going to town on healing, repairing, rejuvenating, you know, and really going to work and actually having you thriving. So, you know, we've got different produce in there, a lot of produce that people would never ever eat, from kales, carrots to elderberries and blueberries and yucca and spirulina and all these different produce that are in our shakes and also in our capsules. So our berry capsules and our fruits and veggies are looking at the micronutrition, so the oil in the car that makes it function. The great thing is they understand that health is also spread across families, and they have actually the largest children's health study in the world, because less than 1% of children were getting the 2 to 5 servings a day in Australia. And it's less than 2% of adults getting that serving every single day consistently. And that's really scary. No wonder we've got such systemic health issues and problems out there. So what they do is they actually, every adult serve is kids eat for free. Sorry, put it in your face. Kids eat for free. And, you know, look at it. When you're working your bum off and you are doing 50, 60 hours, how does your boss love it when you ring up and say, my kid's sick? You know, my child's sick, I've got to take the day off, and it just doesn't happen. That adds even more pressure to families. So this is what I love. Every child between the age of 4 to 18 gets their chewies, or they can have their capsules as well, depending on their age, of their Juice Plus for free for every paying adult. And what they're noticing is kids are, you know, not getting sick. They're eating more fruits and veggies. They're drinking more water. They're concentrating at school. So, you know, it just takes that pressure off. Even if you've had that busy, crazy morning, you're trying to get out of the door on time, you know that they've got the Juice Plus. You've done a really good job, whether they eat their lunch at school or throw it in the bin or swap it with their friends. You know, so you've done a good job no matter what. The other thing that has been really, really important into people's daily routines in their nutrition is this amazing superfood dust, I call it, or magic powder. And it is what we call our macronutrition. So our carbs, our proteins, and beautiful fibers in there. And it becomes like your meal if you're a breakfast skipper, if you're someone who's eating on the run, you're missing lunch, you've got corporate lunches here, or you've got an afternoon 3 o'clock, we always want the chocolate. This is just packing a massive punch of plant-based proteins and carbohydrates and lots of different produce in it that you would never probably eat. Yucca was saying spirulina, you've got millets and quinoas, absolute beautiful superfoods that we need in our systems every single day. So it's just really bridging the gap. There's amazing science. I'm not going to bore you with it, but all of these products are based and backed by science, from cardiovascular disease. And I think these days with the stress, we've got to watch ourselves, guys, because that is our biggest killer in our country. We've got systemic inflammation from diabetes to, mental health, arthritis. These are all caused by busy, stressful lives, most of them, and not eating well. So we have such studies around proving that Juice Plus is really helping those issues minimize and really kind of keeping a rein on it. So I could speak about it all night, but I'm actually going to hand over to my husband. He's been put on the spot tonight because he was one of the biggest reasons that we really needed to start looking at. He was a general manager. We were living on site. He was working massive hours. He was getting 3 to 4 call-outs a night. He was barely sleeping. I know because I was waking up at the same time. His phone would ring 3 to 4 times a night, every night for 3.5 years. And I actually slowly lost this beautiful man who sits next to me. And I could see his health deteriorating. We laughed because his hair went really grey, just like Barack Obama, right? It's true. And we just, we were eating really well, and we train a lot as well. But I was really, really worried about his health. So I'm going to hand over to you and tell us, what was happening in life with your health before Juice Plus. And he was the biggest skeptic. But what have you noticed since putting it in?
Hey guys. I guess the main thing I've noticed is more so just a feeling of well-being, I guess, and that came pretty quickly. I was doing a lot of training at the same time, so I was, like Candy said, I was working, running a hotel, living on site, and it wasn't pretty. It was pretty exciting for the first 5 minutes, but then the next 3.5 years was pretty tough because I was trying to train and doing Ironman and marathons and things like that. So to get up at probably 4 o'clock in the morning and then go and train some days, after getting woken up in the middle of the night wasn't all that great. And I guess the biggest thing for me was just the recovery. Afterwards, I could actually, instead of having to wait 2 or 3 days to get back on the bike again, I could get back on the next day and start, and go and ride another 50 or 100 kilometres. So that was probably the biggest thing for me. And also the running side of things. I went from not being able to walk for a week after doing a half marathon to being able to basically do a half marathon and then run back to the car park at the same, straight after. It was quite funny. So that was probably one of the biggest things that I saw as well. So I found the whole thing has been great.
And it's something that Matt didn't mention was I watched his immune system. Everyone at work was getting sick, and he was the same, but his immune system started to skyrocket and his energy levels, but also your clarity of mind and you're a lot more calmer. It's a lot more calmer, let's just say. And all these staff would mention that to me as well because I got quite close to them. But, and it was beautiful to see this man who really started to struggle. As he was training a lot, but I could see a lot of other things happening. And even I say that his little spots, these little red vessels in his skin started to clear up and he started to glow. No more bleeding gums was another big thing as well. So, and I knew bleeding gums was a true reflection of what was happening with the heart. And again, that was stress. But anyway, I could talk on and on and on and on, but I won't. But this has been, we're really lucky that, we have this product, but there's also a mission. We jump out of bed every single day and want to share this with people because we know what it's done with in not only in our bodies and our families' bodies, but our friends, our family, our colleagues, and complete strangers now who are friends. And it's an absolute, it's not something I have to go and share. It's my responsibility because I know what it's doing in bodies. So I'm going to hand it over to lovely Donna to share about the mission and why we jump out of bed so passionately every day.
Hi everyone, how you going? I'm Donna. I've been in the business now for about 12 months, and I started off with the business and the product in the same day, mainly because I wanted to take the product to get more energy, and I realised that I could very easily get my product a little bit cheaper if I joined the business. So I didn't actually make a conscious decision to join, but it wasn't too long before I just naturally just started to do what we have to do in the business anyway, and that is just use the product, talk about what happens, and share the results. So it's so easy. And as women, we are natural networkers, so it's really not difficult to do. My job at the moment is I work in education, so I do love my job, and I'm very fortunate to have school hours and things like that. But you know, my hours are dictated by school terms, and you know, when the bell rings and when the bell finishes, and things like that. So you know, I know what it's like to be the breadwinner in the family. I'm a single mum, so I am the person who's responsible for all the money and coming in and out, and it is a lot of pressure. And I know that if I don't go to school, or if I don't go to my job to school, or I get sick, then you know the buck stops with me. And this is the one thing that I love about the Juice Plus business, is that there is that residual income where I can have time off as my business grows, and that money will keep coming in. So, you know, what I really love about this business is the possibilities that it gives you. You know, I'm really quite happy where I work now. You know, I've been working there now for nearly 9 years, and I just was adding that up today, and I realised that even though my life circumstances have changed a lot, my job hasn't really allowed me to grow. I haven't gotten any further along. So far as money goes, I'm really capped at what I can achieve. So this is what I love about Juice Plus. It has given me possibility. For me, every fortnight I would sit down and look at my budget, and I couldn't find anything to smile about it. It was very stressful and teary. And now I have this, and it might just give me that little bit of money to you know, just pay for the gymnastics or dance fees, or pay the rego, or you know, take the girls out for ice cream or dinner or something like that. And those are little things that I never had any leeway to have. I didn't have that possibility before. So it's just given me just an ability to breathe easily, and I love that, which is really great. So Juice Plus is a teach-to-teach business. So the only way to get ahead in Juice Plus is to help other people, link arms with someone else, and to help them meet them where they're at, and help them, you know, share the product, learn about it, and join other people in whatever, at whatever pace that they'd like to go. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It is all done for you. There's all the research is done. It's just, you just have to follow the system, and it's so easy. Now, I know a lot of people sort of think when they hear this type of thing that, you know, they don't know enough people, okay? Or they imagine that they don't know enough people. Well, I know how you feel if that's what you're thinking, because I thought the same thing. But what I found is that, you know, you really only need to know one or two to start with. So I don't know if you can see this. Well, I'm sorry if you can't see this very well, but say this is me up here, and Candy brought me into the business. Now, I'm really sorry if you can't see that. It's not very good, but anyway, it doesn't take very long. I brought in my sister-in-law, and I brought in my friend, and they have sort of found people down here that they've shared the product with, and before I know it, I don't even know some of these people down here. You know, I only just got involved with just a couple of people, but I've just been able to link arms with them. And, you know, this is really terrible drawing. It's got that popcorn effect where your business grows before you know it. I'm used to doing numbers like this upside down, but it's not working tonight. So it's really, you really don't need to know very many people at all. In this business, we get paid 3 ways. We get a retail profit on our product, commissions, and those go up as your business grows, and we get paid bonuses, which is like what we like to refer to as our beach money. So we like to try and keep that for the fun money, things that you wouldn't normally spend on yourself, like maybe having a manicure or, you know, having a little bit of a night out for dinner or whatever you think that you'd like to have. Stuff. I know for me, those weren't options. My money all goes to bills. But now I've actually got a little bit of spare cash to do, and I work this always around my family. I've got my 3 kids asleep inside, and I can just do this around what's gymnastics or sports or whatever else we've got going on. So, yeah, so I think that pretty much covers it all. But I would really love for you guys to have a listen to Fee now. She has been around the business for longer than I have and really knows what it's all about, and can't think of anyone better to link arms with and to teach us what to do. I know we're all grateful to Fee for all of her support and the things that she's taught us. So I'll flick over to Fee. Off you go, and we can hear what you have to say.
Thanks, Donna. Thanks, guys, for tuning in tonight. It's a real honour to be able to speak to you a little bit about my story as it relates to my Juice Plus business. My background is varied. I've worked for the government. I've worked in private enterprise. I've been a business owner. I've done it all in search of the great way to make some money and get ahead in life. And, you know, I actually thought I had it when I was back in the public service many moons ago, and I was a stable job and it was a reasonable income and I was able to buy my first house. But, man, I was just not challenged and I just wasn't feeding my entrepreneurial spirit, I guess. What really happened for me was, you know, my eldest son was in about grade 10, and I had a Juice Plus franchise. It was ticking away in the background. I was able to share the product. I love the products, and you know, really could see some major health benefits for all of my family and my friends and my clients that use the products. But it really was a bit of a change when Tom was in about grade 10, and I kind of just looked at him and went, man, where did those years just go? And I had another younger son coming through, and, you know, I really had to sit down and reconfigure life because time was just slipping away, and I was working long hours. You know, I was doing a lot of long hours for my own business by that stage, but also doing a lot in the community as well. And I was just never home for my kids. I wasn't home for my family, and that just wasn't who I wanted to be. It wasn't the parent I wanted to be. So I really started to chip away at my Juice Plus business. And, you know, Tom, by the time he was in grade 12, I was really able to financially be in a much better position that I wanted to be. And, you know, it really sung true to my values that I needed to connect with those again, because I'd stopped dreaming. I wasn't really traveling, one of my highest values. I wasn't having a lot of fun, which is extremely high value. My health probably hadn't been the greatest because I was under a lot of stress. And one thing that was really important to me was education, and not just my own, but my kids. Tom finished grade 12, and, you know, he had a great education in a school that served him well. But my younger son was about to go into grade 4, and I just knew things had to be different from him. I couldn't send him down the same education path that I had Tom. They're completely different kids. And I saw a way with my Juice Plus business that was going to be able to allow me to afford the education that I wanted for him, and with Tom going off to uni, something that was going to bring me the income that would allow me to do what I needed to do for them, as well as support my family, and you know, pay the bills and do everything else and travel. So I was like, boom, okay, this is ticking all of the boxes. And guys, I went to work. I really did. We're not here to tell you that this is an overnight success story. We're not here to tell you that this isn't something that you have to put some time and effort in. It's we talk about it being a 4-year career in our industry, and that really is consistently 4 years of working at it. And I am proof to tell you that it's there. Our marketing plan is amazing. And for those who really want to make a difference in their life for whatever reason, you know, whether it's a financial goal or it is more travel or it's, you know, paying off debt or whatever it is that's important to you, we do have a way. Okay, we've got this amazing payment plan, and as I say, I'm proof of it. You know, when I really put my head down and went to work, I was able to create a 6-figure income business And I'm actually going to tell you that I'm still doing this part-time. There's still a lot of other things that I love to do with my week. And so for about 10, 15 hours a week, I'm doing those other things. Some is, paid, but a lot of it is work that I do in the community. But the rest of the time, it's my Juice Plus income that allows me to, live the way I want to live, take my kids on the holidays I want to take them on, not stress when those giant education school fee bills come through. I've got one today. Not a problem. The money is sitting there because, that's what I've been able to do. So for me personally, it wasn't about the big house and the flashy cars, and that's not about me. It's not my values, but it has been able to give me the opportunity to give a legacy to my kids as far as their education goes. And, I can't be more thankful to what this business opportunity has given us. So that's just a little bit about my story, and I encourage you to just take a look. I mean, so if nothing changes, nothing changes. What does life look like in, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? What if this could be something that you could have a look at? And what if, just like me and like some of the ladies on this call, this could be an opportunity for you to build a residual income that we like to call beach money. When you get up a bit further in the level and you've got the residual income coming through. As it was explained, we do get paid 3 ways. Donna's explained that we get paid 3 ways, and that residual income money, that's pretty handy to have. And, the fact that this company's been around for over 40 years, we are not a fly-by-night company. There is really good, strong values in this company and a pay plan that's actually very, very generous. So, yes, that's my story. Megs, I'm going to shoot it back to you.
Thank you, Fee. Well, everyone's just wrapped up so many amazing things that definitely lights up my day every single day. So I do have a couple of things that I wanted to end with. Obviously, thank you so much for jumping on. And if you didn't have the opportunity to jump on live, that's okay, because we do record them, because as we know, life gets busy. That's what it's all about. We're all in, all in some sort of grind, or we're looking for a way out. And hopefully you've seen a way, and it's resonated with you what we're doing here. As we said, it's not a new company, which is really exciting. It's health, and without health, we don't have wealth, we don't have life. So I think that's the really important place to start. And touching on, working in the grind, what we're probably brought up with, what I was brought up with is, if you work hard for a really long time, you're going to have success. And I just think times are changing, business is changing. Obviously, traditional business is still there, it works. This is just another way of doing business, a relationship business. Who doesn't like chatting to people, having fun, and having a purpose? That's what I really love about this. It's really made me think, what am I here for? And how can I share and improve the lives of other people? And it's an online freedom business. I love that word, freedom. I love the thought of travel, freedom, family, saying yes to more. It's all about yes, yes, yes. Who doesn't want to say yes more? So if you want a different outcome, you have to do things differently. And this might seem a little bit out of the box, but trust me, it's worth stepping out of that box and taking a look, because what if, right? And if you feel like you're not living to capacity, or if you've got more to give, if you're stuck in that grind, just get in contact with the person who invited you on this call, because we are all so willing to share, answer questions, and let you in on this little secret that we have, which is fastly becoming not a secret, because everyone's starting to really understand that health is so important, and it doesn't need to be hard. And that's what I love. It's all about fun. It doesn't need to be hard. And we're all here to answer questions. So thank you so much again for jumping on. I really hope you took something away from tonight. Thank you to all the amazing speakers for taking time out of your busy days, and to all our friends around the world. I can see some worldwide friends on here as well, and all the new ones. So thank you once again, and we'll speak to you soon. See you guys.